welcome to the Ordinals Are Dead show. And sorry we're late. The show is actually stuck in the Mempool, so it's just taking forever. And I just want to make sure that we're going to get this show ready to go. I'm Turhan Troy Kalak, and I'm here with King Butoshi and also our house dog Shava. Life is rough. What's up, baby? How are you doing? Little kisses? Aww. All right. Oh, how sweet are you? All right, so we have some in-house guests joining us today. We got Spirit Zero and Snoop Frog. Spirit Zero's from the OCM project, and you got Snoop Frog in the middle there from Satributes. He's they're having a little fun, and you have Adza on the left of them, who's a sat hunter, and that's all he does. So if you're looking for some rare sats, you can contact him or Gansey.
Shout out to my boy Rosenbaum in the
What's up, Gansey? Anyway. Let's get right to it. We're here from IRL Studios at Budman Studios in Venice, California. Ordinals are pumping like a motherfucker.
I thought they were dead.
They are dead.
Wait, how many times can we say that joke until it dies? Like actually dies. But then if it dies, it's more ironic.
No, I think it never dies, and I think it's our anthem. Like stop saying they're alive. We know what they're doing, but they are fucking dead, and that's what gives.
I don't know if it'll show on camera.
Oh yeah, we have these ordinals.
Oh, it does. Look, Ordinals are dead as fuck.
Yeah, we made.
My bags are up. 15x, baby. How you feeling?
We made some stickers because that's what you do. When something is like Ordinals are dead, you make fucking stickers and shirts and stuff like that.
Yeah, alpha. So if there's stickers on like a project, it's alpha.
Something like that. But you know what is also not dead? Fucking Hollywood. Fucking SAG strike is over. That's why I'm wearing my Barry shirt. We're about to pitch some shows. We are back. We're about to pitch We're about to pitch some shows. We're about to pitch some movies next week. I'm very excited, but that has nothing to do with Web3. So let's get back to it. So
I just want to talk about how there is a sub 10K founder that is literally an actor in Hollywood.
Who?
I don't know.
Bing bong. Bing bong. Uh-oh. Hello? Troy speaking. Casey. Dude, thanks for the invite up to SF.
Dude, it was open invite. You just had to go.
Thanks for telling me. I guess so Boo, you remembered Boo twice? How do you remember this guy? I can't even get a fucking invite. You fucking putting memes out with somebody sucking their own cock? I mean, you're the type of founder that I want, like the creator of an ordinal. I need to make my content more edgy so I have like more room to grow. So I appreciate you. No. You cannot be on the show. All right, I got to talk to you later. Cheers. All right, so let's get back to Ordinals are pumping like this past week. What was pumping? Goosenal. Okay.
Literally, I'm not gonna lie. Literally everything.
Goosenals, honk.
Honk, Dimitri.
Bitcoin
frogs.
Bitcoin frogs, definitely. They were pumping last week. They were killing it.
I think our leader of the charge was actually the leader of the charge last bull run. Ordi, $5 start of the month. Now it's at $20. $20.
How much Ordi?
4 times.
How much Ordi?
Wait, what day is it? It's November 9th. It's been 1 week and it's up to $20, bro.
How much Ordi do you own?
It's not funny.
Do you?
Can't ask that.
It wasn't. Oh shit, dude. Yeah. Together we ride. It's okay. I don't order Ordi either. It's fine. Who cares? There's other coins out there, but that's pretty.
My friends said they'll take me out though. If Ordi pumps, they said they'll buy me a nice dinner. I'm looking at you. You know exactly who you are.
Yeah, your friends are fucking lying. Listen. Let's get back to Ordinals pump. Like Goosenals pump like crazy, right? Order rats, bitmaps were going off like crazy. Then some other things like what was happening? Like why was this happening? Sub 10Ks were running. What was going on?
I think the biggest what's it called? Like the catalyst for this run is Binance listing Ordi. Not just on because they had it listed as like an informational thing where you can show the price. No, you can literally trade on Binance Ordi. So we got hella degens just going, trading Ordi, pumping it 4 times.
Grab the mic if you want to talk about something. Yeah. If you have something to say, Snoop, grab the fucking mic, please.
I have nothing of value to say, but I'm just delighted to see Binance adopting this faster than any other sort of currency I've seen them adopt. They've jumped on this bandwagon pretty bloody fast, and I'm happy to see.
And you know that like even the creator, what was Domo, wasn't even really contacted about.
They just did it.
They just did it. He said it yesterday. I was like, God,
Binance
could you imagine like
a million Ordi?
I mean, I can jump in and say there's a bunch of small Australian central exchanges also. Ordi is listed trading already.
Deadass?
Like the same day as Binance, yeah.
What?
So there's like a.
Are they connected at all?
No, like they're not. I know they're not because I've tested for hunting, but they're just following the leader, and Binance is doing it, so people are gonna follow.
All right.
The same internet.
Well. Speaking of BRCs, man, like there's some BRC 20s mega pumping going on, but it's fucking the mempool. Like it's literally just jammed in there, fucking it, sucking its own cock in a cycle.
Wait, how vulgar can we get on this show?
I just did, dude. Just.
I don't think you're gonna beat that.
Guys, I'm bringing up a subject. What the fuck are you talking about? Like, what's going on with the mempool? Let's talk about that.
Well, you just told us it's getting fucked.
I know, but I want you. Do you have a
Getting
feel?
raw dog,
Do you have
no
a
condom.
Do you have a feeling about it?
Yeah, like I'm getting fucked. Like I actually, I started because I had to inscribe my collection. I'm like, oh, perfect time. Mempool's 40. I was like, you know what? I think we have at least like a month or something before shit just runs. And then I woke up to a Binance tweet saying, yeah, we just listed Ordi. And I realized in that moment that I'm fucked and we're all fucked. If you're an inscriber, you're fucked. Yeah. But if you already had bags, we are chilling.
So how do we onboarding people like today? Like today, how do you onboard people?
Make them buy secondary.
But I mean,
okay.
I mean,
you just show them that Ordi's literally 4 times, and you just show them that everyone's bag is up. I mean, other chains' bags are up, but like this is Daddy Bitcoin, which is also up. Hello. Actually, wait, that's such an interesting point. Bitcoin is up, and so are our bags
I'd say
Bitcoin. So we're like double up.
But I think this is the evolution of Bitcoin here, because we're seeing it's very expensive to inscribe data. It's very expensive to inscribe images that can be quite large. But if you're inscribing 15, 20 kilobytes of code, is that really going to break the bank? No.
It's not really.
But it's going to push you to develop some interesting content that isn't heavy on the fucking kilobyte side. So I think this is where recursion comes into its element. This is where interactive art, where interesting things that you can do on Ordinals that you couldn't necessarily do before Ordinals will start to come into play, because it's not going to be inaffordable to be able to inscribe even with network fees this high.
Do you think that'll start a new renaissance of art on Ordinals?
I think so, but I think it's going to attract a new caliber. I think we're going to see game developers entering this space fairly soon.
Development on this mempool sounds excessive.
I think we're going to, well, no, not necessarily like that. And I'm thinking more an entire game that could be stored in JavaScript or something very simplistic. Nothing like The Legend of Zelda, 128 kilobytes, one of the best games ever made.
Like, hey, collect this game on chain.
I don't know. I'd see it more as a medium for game developers to build something that could be played by anyone for all time. That's how I see it. I think that's a very cool way of looking at this. Yeah.
I think about the Doom inscription early on. I just want to know how much that'll go for one day in the future.
Yeah.
I'm just finding it hard that like anything can like the more like just more tooling that needs to happen. It just seems like there's so much. I mean, there's something that minted yesterday, and I don't want to call anything out here, but like, no, but like, I'm just saying. No, like there was a quadrillion mint yesterday, and our good buddy, is handling all that.
You weren't talking about quadrillion.
I am talking about it, but like, it's closer to the mic, please. So no, but he's handling it and stuff like that, but it's clogged up over there. But that's not the only thing that's been clogged up. There was a BRC mint token that was minting yesterday too, that was clogging things up, and then there's this talk about the sofa.
When runes?
I don't know. But my question is that that's not fun right now. It's not fun, to be able to wait on these assets, and then we're over here building, and then we're joking about Ordinals being dead, and then all of a sudden we're having these clog ups on the mempool. Like how is that going to be fixed? And then also, and I know it's like it's easy does it, take it easy. It's day by day kind of thing, but. Like what does that mean for us tomorrow? And what are we inscribing? What's the importance of, somebody on the Ordinal show yesterday was talking about, important docs like Spartacus and other, pertinent information that we need on the blockchain rather than building culture with JPEGs and stuff like that. And I'm like,
I like my JPEG.
I'm like, motherfucker, you need them both.
We do need both.
But he brings up a good point though. Like what's important that won't clog up the mempool and what isn't,
I think it doesn't matter what's important or not. It's just what people want to inscribe and what they want to do. I mean, that's where we kind of set standards with BRC 20. It's like, okay, we have BRC 20. Hopefully Runes comes out and helps us ease that congestion. Speaking of the mempool being clogged and BRC 20s, I wanted to bring up Sofon because I brought up Sofon on the Ordinal show. First off, Post Capone is back. Post Capone did not die. He's alive and well. We all got psyops. But he was on the show, and I was like, I have to hop on the show and talk about Sofon. So a quick explanation of what Sofon is.
Do it, baby.
So let me explain how BRC20 deploys work very briefly. To deploy a new BRC20 on the Ordinals chain, you have to inscribe a deploy transaction, and that's where you can define like the total mint supply, how much you can mint per transaction. There's a bot called Sophon that front ran all of these deploy transactions, setting the maximum mint amount to 1 of that BRC ticker.
Yeah.
Meaning basically that they get front run that BRC20 can't run, which means we don't have BRC20s that could mint. Now, what does that do? That kind of forces all minters on the already existing supply of BRC20s, and eventually that might run out if Sophon continues, if it works. And if that runs out, then all of the volume will be condensed into the secondary market of BRC20s, pumping everybody's bags. But Post Capone said that everybody's dumb as fuck, and they don't realize that, and we are here, and we are still screwed. But it did work. And a super interesting stats about Sophon is literally when it was deployed, I think they spent around $1,000 or $2,000 and prevented $1.6 million in network fees. Nice. And the moment that bot was turned off, like congestion just spiked off rip. Everything was getting deployed. And I think it was very interesting. I also have a theory that miners are killing Sophon because miners love BRC20.
They do well with it.
They do amazing with it.
They do well with it. So we got to figure that out. I don't know if it's just me and you.
But that's like an interesting topic because it's literally PvP on chain. It's like, okay, so we got Sophon versus BRC20 deployers, but now we got miners going against Sophon, going against BRC20 deployers. And it's like whoever has the most money wins. And unfortunately, I think miners have the like.
Yeah,
we're rebels, but there's only like 1% of us versus like a 99% like.
Yeah, the miners are, in some respect, like the Federal Reserve. They're just printing money. They're getting.
That is a big.
I'm sorry. Hey! I don't like what you. Hey, I don't like what you said. Hey, Anthony, I didn't like what you said.
Open call to all miners.
No, but I mean, take the shot. He's wearing an OCM hat. Rise. Okay, so where are we heading if Mempool keeps getting clogged? Price goes up to inscribe, etc. So we talked about that.
Where are we heading though? I don't think we like answered where we're heading. Where do you think we're heading?
Dude, I don't know. I mean, with tweets like with I thought it was hilarious that Casey. He put out that tweet yesterday, and I fucking love that. Like I already mentioned it earlier, where it was a drawing of a guy sucking his own cock. It reminded me of that ape project that was making fun of apes who suck their own cock.
Oh, didn't that bomb? I actually remember. I think I mentioned that. Yeah, wait, we can't talk about another chain. What are you doing?
No, we're gonna talk about another chain, but I'm interested in like why he did that. Like the guy has a sense of humor. And it just sort of like relaxes me, and it should relax all the other builders here that are just very technical. And be technical, I understand, but like don't lose sense of humor, right?
My favorite.
Here's the guy that's created this theory for us and implementation that we're building off. But like that's what I'm looking at, like a funny guy who's also ripped like a motherfucker. And he's helped build this landscape for us.
My favorite. Sorry, I'll let you talk, Mr. Fez hat.
I'm gonna see if I can suck my own. Ow, my neck. And my back.
Don't act new.
Ow, no, but go ahead.
Are you okay?
I am okay. I'm okay. I will not do that workout again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just last time.
A little more yoga.
Okay. We'll do yoga.
Let's get down a bit. Go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say my like most favorite meme going on right now is like the Casey dancing videos where he's just like going fucking nuts.
That's what I'm talking about.
And then everyone quote tweets it and they're like, my entire net worth is in this guy's hands. Because it is. My entire life is in Casey's hands right now.
Dude, this is the guy who built a protocol and is communicating with us through fucking memes.
I think an appropriate title. I feel like Casey would feel pressure with this, but he literally changed the course of Bitcoin for the rest of the time, which technically changes the course of crypto for the rest of the time. So he literally changed the course of crypto.
Okay, but it's
pretty nice.
So the mempool's clogged as fuck. So laser eye maxis probably even hate us more.
That's also true. Well, that's
they hate us more.
Like Ordinals
they're proving their point that there's too much attention over here. But what do you have to say?
It strengthens the network.
Get on the microphone, you fucking bitch.
Anything that strengthens the network.
Get on the microphone. I won't say it again.
This is what runes were created for in the first place. You know, to declog the whole mempool. Like we've
Huh? There's no too much.
There's no too much. I mean, it's
more use is good always.
Microphone, please.
Damn you, threatening me with a good time.
I will throw you off the set if you don't use the microphone.
It's just like more use of the network is good in all circumstances, and people will figure out what it costs in mining and minting and like.
Closer, please.
If stuff costs a lot of money to mint, it's going to mean you don't get 40,000 shit JPEGs minted and then rugged to you because it'll cost you $5,000 to do 5, right? So you're going to be like, what am I going to mint? I better make it something worthwhile. And then all of a sudden the quality's higher than other chains.
So you're thinking it's going to find its own way because of just the state of the matters. Go ahead, Rudy, with your nice head.
Thank you. So anyways, to me, this is presenting a problem to solve, right? So that's what all of this is about, right? We're solving problems. And so if anything, you're presented with an opportunity to solve an issue, whether it's slowing down the meme pool, clogging up the lines. And that's where the discussion begins. How to make things better, how to have a standard, how to create a standard, stick by it. It's still decentralized, but at the same time, you have to have a structure. And it's a consensus that everyone agrees upon in order to make things better. So until you run into these obstacles early, and then this presents a great opportunity. The more trouble you get in the beginning creates an opportunity. And that's, so, you could be on two sides of the fence. One that just bitches and moans and cries, or you could be on the other side that's actually like, oh, fuck, there's something to identify and fix and improve. And that's where, geniuses like, devs, certain devs in the space.
You can say me, dude. Don't fucking
I was gonna say, wait, who?
Me.
I was gonna say top level
me,
devs.
you're fucking.
I was gonna say the hat you're wearing, but anyways.
Oh shit! OCM plug.
Right. You know what I mean? And so this is an opportunity, in my opinion, to identify the early stuff. But go on.
Do you think we're agreeing? Not me and you, but do you think generally, like the people on Spaces and like, is there more agreeance going on, or is there more?
I think we box all the time, but I think that makes it great because with boxing comes great building. I think about that line when exactly what you're saying. It was the Bitcoin Con in Miami. Udi and Eric are on stage. One of the hardest lines Eric dropped was, if we're trying to scale up Bitcoin for mass adoption and it can't even handle our stupid fucking wizard JPEGs, then what's the point? Because what is the point?
Yeah.
If a troll could just come in and just destroy the entire chain, that's literally not the point of Bitcoin, and we're all fucked.
No, that was.
Jump in and just say, like,
go ahead, buddy.
This has to happen. It has to be stress tested, and people have to figure out how to fix it. Or Bitcoin, has no opportunity of scaling. Like, it's just, if the vision is like no one uses Bitcoin and sats are at 2 to 5 for the rest of eternity, like, cool, your Bitcoin will be worth nothing, but at least you don't have JPEGs, motherfuckers. Like,
yeah, but like Bitcoin's been used as a store of value for so long, and now it's finding a new use. And I think, like we saw with NFTs, people were buying ETH not because they believed in ETH, but because they wanted to collect. And what we will see with Ordinals is people buying Bitcoin not because they believe in Bitcoin as a store of value, but because they want to collect some cool shit. And fucking A, whatever makes people realize Satoshi's dream of as many people having some Satoshis, doesn't matter if it's artwork inscribed to them or not. The fact that they have Satoshis is a step in the right direction. Yeah, it's a gateway.
I mean,
without Ordinals, oh yeah, I was saying that right. Without Ordinals, I would not have any Bitcoin at all. I'm saying that straight up.
There we go.
And that's personal to you, man. That's not everybody's fucking story, okay? I'm kidding. No, that's that. Luckily, I have both because of both. But it's great that it opened. Dude, there's no one can deny that it opened up a huge floodgate of discussion, whether some of us are arguing or not. The important thing is you can't deny that it's happened. You can't plug it up. You just can't plug up. Yeah, but you got to fix it. But you can't act like it didn't happen, and it can't be stopped. Like many things that are happening on this chain. What, Rudy? Please.
Healthy debate is a part of growing, and so as long as we're headed in the right direction, which is adoption and onboarding people, exposing people to the use of this cryptography technology, which is Bitcoin, the topic right now, but that's what's important. How we utilize it and how we perfect it and the method of which it is used, that's a discussion, it's a debate, and the smarter minds and the better decisions will prevail.
You can have a mass debate about that.
I'm gonna sit over here.
Next week we're gonna have a mass debate on Bitcoin. But do you think it's more important to inscribe in, like, what's an important thing to inscribe on Bitcoin rather than?
I have a thought in my head that I need to let out real quick.
Go ahead.
So you know how? Okay, so words I live by that made me uber bullish on Ordinals is that if Bitcoin goes to zero, this entire crypto space goes to zero. If Bitcoin breaks, because we break it, everybody's bags fucking break. Every crypto coin goes to zero, and we are all cucked, and the government will reign supreme. So we should really focus on fixing and building, and that is what we are doing, and that's why I love the Ordinal space.
Boo, I want to change it up here. I want to hear about your trip in SF. I want to hear how you met Casey twice. I want to hear about that. Go ahead.
I paid $1,000 to get an exclusive 30-minute talk with Casey.
Did you really?
No. So I went.
No, go ahead.
So I was literally the last minute trip. I was like, bro, I got so much work to grind. Like, there's no way I'm gonna get this through. I actually finished up all my work. Shout out AI, shout out coding skills. And then I was like, okay, fuck it. Booked the last minute trip to SF. Went down to the event, and it was like super cool. Burst Haha was there, like creating sick.
Oh, I love that guy.
Cypherpunk Ghost, Neuro, and
I've been seeing their
Elog. They set up the whole event. It was like their event. It was hosted at DZ Lab Studio. It was literally like the Ordinal goats, the Ordinal OGs.
They have been posting like for Cypherpunks write code, and a couple of months ago it was just about typing that on their timeline. But they've just been very prevalent. With the haha artifacts that came out and like their whole community, they're just like posting all these pictures, and there's nothing funny about haha. There's absolutely nothing funny about haha. It's a serious art. You laugh again on the show. All right, back to your story. Shout out to Cypherpunks Labs. Listen, so go back to your story.
Where was it?
About fucking Casey. Not fucking Casey, but like, how did you meet Casey?
Oh, yeah. Anyways, post this event. It's all the Ordinal OGs are up here.
Jesus Christ.
They have like sick displays. Super, super cool event hosted by DZ. So shout out to the goats. We're just like going out through the night. And in my head, I know Erin was pulling up, but I thought she was the only one pulling up. And then like sometime throughout the night, everyone went quiet, and I looked who was coming through the door. It was the whole OG Ordinals crew. My boy Casey walked in, Aaron walked in, Caroline, Tyler. All of our goats walked in, and it was just fun. It was a party. Amanda from OCM pulled up. We had some monkey representation over there. So
Amanda, shout out to Amanda. So what did he say to you? Did he go, hey, I know your first and last name? Like, how did it go? Did you compare arm sizes? Like, what, did you talk about coding,
we actually,
AI building? Like, did you guys get laid together? Did you suck your own cocks? Like, what happened?
He taught me his like sick dance moves. That was actually the first thing I brought up to him. That was like
on camera. Now.
I wish he did, but I talked to him. He was actually getting his brain read by Neuro. So Neuro actually has Casey's brain read by his Neuro technology. I don't know like the technical terms.
What's the order number?
I don't know. And like after that he got up, and I was low-key kind of like, I was like a little shy, I'm like, bro, this guy like literally created the protocol. I was like, he's like kind of like our hero for all of us. I'm kind of like there, and I was like, stop being a pussy, bro. He's literally, Casey just wants to be treated as humans. So I was like, yo, Casey, and he looked my way, and then I was like, do you remember me? And he was like, St. Louis, and I was like, oh my god, like he actually fucking remembered me from the first event. That was like my only time talking, and then we actually talked about AI things. And he just like started talking about AI, blessing me with some sick knowledge. I'm like, oh, that's cool. I put him on Cursor, which is a code editor with ChatGPT built in. If you are a dev, check out Cursor.
Really? Was he impressed when you mentioned something that he may not know about coding?
I don't know. I showed him like my living boost system, and then he just talked about like he was talking about some AI concept. I was like,
is he familiar with Bitcoin boost and what you're developing with that?
He is
now, bitch. Suck your own cock. You will succeed in life as a dev only. Dude, that's pretty amazing. And then that was it? Did you guys party or anything like that? Do any drugs? I'm just trying to... This is Barbara Walters. Please, what's going on?
My boy Mr. E pulled up with the most dank, freshly picked weed. So that was nice. And then it was just like, it was just fun. It was a chill party. Good food.
Okay. Was there
all right?
Was there any were there any ETH people there that were being onboarded, and were there any haters in there? Because I want to talk about like the ETH haters. Yeah, exactly. Were there any ETH haters up there at all, or was it just like Bitcoin people?
I think I like mentioned ETH, and then someone looked at me and they're like, "Why are we talking about shitcoins?"
Oh shit, dude. So, I mean, there's a lot of that going on right now. ETH influencers hating on ordinals, I mean, is that something you brought up earlier or yesterday?
I did. I just found all of the tweets funny. Have you seen the tweets?
Like, talk about
what are your opinions on them?
I mean, I haven't really been paying attention, man, because I don't give a fuck.
Are we allowed to box?
I just don't.
With the community, the crypto community on the show. All right, hold on. I just want to bring up something really funny. So, are you familiar with Kanpai Pandas?
Yes. With Kanpai Pandas, yeah.
Ice bags,
yeah, they came out last year.
Yeah. So it's actually sick. Like, I am familiar with the community. I like know what they do with the events. They're an omni-chain project.
Yes.
And they're on like 8 different chains or something.
Yeah.
For some reason, Ice Bags went and tweeted that Ordinals was a grift. But if you're omni-chain, why are you on every other chain but the daddy one? I don't get it.
Yeah. Japanese projects were pumping last year, towards the end of last year. Do you remember that?
Yeah,
it was
okay. It was kind of like from my like NFT degen side of things.
Yeah.
Anything that was Asia that was like that looked good, like just set.
Yeah.
It was funny.
I just think that anything you can do on Ethereum, you can definitely already do, and then some on Bitcoin. Whether the mempool is all clogged up and anything, I just think that. I mean, do you agree? Do you agree?
I saw an interesting post where it was talking about specifically getting JavaScript libraries and HTML libraries. Like you can't. I think the ETH contract is 24 kilobytes that you could have on the ETH chain, and you can't have the JavaScript libraries that we can on Ordinals. So that's something unique that only Bitcoin could do.
Yeah. The way you said that was pretty sexy. So what about the Julie? Did you hear the space yesterday with Julian Assange's brother about the
Project Spartacus?
Yeah,
that up earlier.
I think that's pretty. Are we like minting that, or what's going on? I mean, that's a
So-
pretty important thing when you're sitting there trying to draw your JPEGs for your project. I'm like, should I be drawing this, or should I be like putting important documentation down? You know, like where's your head at with that? That was a very touching story, man. Like his brother, you know, is doing the lion's share.
He got suppressed for speaking the truth. Like, why would you ever? Like, that is never okay, no matter what government you're in. Like, always speak the truth, and that's what like the whole message is that we now have a canvas that is decentralized, that we could upload anything to, that governments can't censor, nobody could take it away from us. So Project Spartacus message, they want to inscribe the Afghan warlocks.
Yes.
Like it's about 71,000 inscriptions. They have it all set up. And if you want to inscribe, all you do is go on site and like pay your own fee. Maybe not the best move to do right now with the mempool kind of like fucking us. But I actually did call that project as alpha because I found it really cool and inspiring. And that's just a dank collection. Like it's a 71,000. Like this is like me like kind of like thinking as a flipper. But it's a 70K collection where you just inscribe. Like it could be pennies when the mempool is lower, and now you have the entire warlogs inscribed, and it's a story like represented by Bitcoin Mag. And I think the whole is just super sick, showing that we don't just have something we could inscribe silly little shit JPEGs on. I love my JPEGs, love my culture, but it's also something we can inscribe important documents on. Also, like regarding that point, I have heard things about the government kind of wanting to control open source technology. And if they control open source, that kind of like fucks development.
Yeah, they want to get ahead of that now because and also because of like just what you can do. Like it's permissionless, like Bitcoin. We can go do what we want. So of course you want to impede that, right? If you were behind the curtain and stuff like that, or behind the green screen, as we say. So let's see. What are we talking about here? Did you want to talk about Chisel or best wallets to use? Are you having issues with any wallets that you're using lately? I don't want to call
Are you having issues with wallets?
I don't know. Some of them, I guess. I don't know.
Are you scared to say their names?
I'm scared to say their names, you know? I mean, I'm not scared of certain things, but
I feel like you should talk about it. Like, okay, I mean, the number one thing, like genuine is that we're all new. The wallet builders are all new. Like, everyone's new. If there's feedback to provide, we need to provide that feedback. People could work on it.
I was having trouble with Xverse yesterday, and I love
hear that, Jan?
Yeah, I listen. A lot of people are, but I love that wallet also. It's just during
what are the problems?
Well, just sometimes the second confirmation doesn't pop up. So sometimes you're sending Bitcoin without realizing that you just sent it, right? Am I wrong? On Xverse. Yeah. I mean, well, you got to get on a microphone if you're going to talk. Yeah. So what do you think about that?
I think the mic's on the table right there.
What do you think about that?
I mean,
have you seen these non-second confirmations coming up?
I haven't seen anything about this topic, but I think I heard you talk about it earlier.
Yeah. I spent a lot of money. I spent a
a
lot of money yesterday.
Was that a wallet issue or was that a site mint issue?
I'm not sure. But all I know is that I had to make a video about it just to make. I was being funny just for the culture, and obviously Xverse, the team, they're very open to hearing, like you said. I just didn't want to like single them out in a bad way. It's just like we got to figure that out. But it may be the minting site issue, you know, in general, and it's not the only one. I can't remember recently this past week. There's a few minting sites. They have their separate platforms. Not Xverse, but I'm talking about like a certain project. If you're buying art, there's just like readability issues, or it's just like the back end is just not communicating really well. So you have to like refresh all the time and clear cache.
That sounds similar to ETH NFT project issues when you want to like a site goes and it's live, but it's not live. Everyone's like panicking, trying to refresh. It's all like, we're all bootstrapping still at the end of the day. Like it has only been 10 months. There's still a lot of development to be done.
Yeah.
And I really like the initiative that projects take in like making their own site. Cause sure, you could just launch with like Magic Eden and like go on the launch pad and like mint, but it takes away from that minting experience. Like it's an experience to mint. So like to go through the site, click on it, maybe an animation pops up and you get your inscription. Like, oh, what inscription am I gonna get off rip?
I think if you're gonna do your own site, I think there should be. If you're doing your own site, I think it should be like collect wallets that you know and give them certain time frames and not have everybody rush mint, even if it's on 2 blocks.
There's definitely like structure and organization that we could do to improve like the whole minting process in general. But write down this feedback and definitely give experts that feedback.
I don't need to write it down. I just said it. This show is live, and I love you. I love you, Jan, who's also very muscular. He's very muscular. Yeah. Go ahead, buddy. Go.
It's very early in the space, and like eventually these wallets, I would imagine, will have like replaced by fee, and all of this stuff we're talking about won't be an issue. You'll mint something, it'll be stuck in the mempool. You'll replace the fee, like up to the top of the priority fee pool, and it'll just be done in a block. But right now these wallets haven't integrated that technology, and you need to use like very complex stuff like Sparrow Wallet, which just has a huge learning curve, and you can accidentally spend your rares and blah blah blah. So it's just not user friendly. But it's not user friendly because we're early, and if it was user friendly, we wouldn't be early, and there'd be no.
All right. So what about Chisel? Chisel's doing customizable inscriptions. We talked about that before. What's his name? Deviloff's project. You seem to know quite a bit about that.
So speaking of I want to add on to what you just
said. Go ahead, bro.
Topics. It'll get to that point because right now ETH is super usable because like, oops, I sent a transaction fee too low. Let me just speed it up real quick. But then on Bitcoin, it's kind of like, oops, I sent a transaction fee too low. I can't use my wallet for another 2 weeks.
Literally like multiple Bitcoins stuck in the mempool for a week, right? Before I learned all this stuff because I didn't want it to happen to me again.
It's scary too. If you want to speed it up, it's a very complicated technical process.
It's terrifying
to not lose your shit.
Like it's more than $10. It just becomes more terrifying. The more value you're trying to do it to. So, but it's sort of like, it's a direct result of being early in a space is that this shit doesn't work easily. If it worked easily, the market cap would be 10x, and we wouldn't be sitting here like
it does not work easily.
It's a good problem to have. When yesterday, and it wasn't just like one mint. People just couldn't mint other things, and they couldn't inscribe other things because prices were going up, and so some people took the day off. Some people took the day. They can't do anything. They just can't. They can't degen. What's that?
You get cucked straight up. Like you literally can't do anything.
So how was today?
Cucked? Morse?
I mean, I wasn't at home all day. What's Rudy?
Well, it wasn't that long, right? Everything was OTC. I mean, it wasn't that many months ago, right?
Yeah.
So the fact that, again, many of the projects that have the technical capability of creating these assets, right? Part of their burden in order to help expand this space is to supply the data and the information necessary to the supporting platforms of wallets and exchanges. So, we're early. I don't give a fuck who you talk to and what you think. This is extremely early.
Yeah.
The only people involved in Ordinals are actual builders, and they're playing around. And, you could actually look at the timeline, right, of early inscriptions and see who was playing around, who was doing it, who had the technical capability of inscribing versus now some tools are being released and created for laymen like myself, by the way, to use, utilize, and prosper from and play with. So it's
good.
And you can look at
sorry about that. It was a fucking.
You can look at the evolution of artwork as well. When it came from there was so much friction to inscribe that it was just the nerds, and I say this with the most love as I can. I consider myself one of them, but of course, then you see the friction gradually getting eroded and better artwork coming on chain, and then more friction gets removed, and yet better artwork comes on. And so I think we're going to see this persistent evolution of the quality of the content that we're seeing getting inscribed.
But we already are. Speaking of builders. You brought up Chisel earlier. I like Chisel a lot because
go ahead.
It makes the inscribe process a lot easier when it comes to So Deviloff, super smart. He was at the SF party. So it's crazy because I saw him here and then I saw him at SF and I'm like, bro, motherfuckers really just be everywhere.
Yeah. He's great. Well, he's from SF and he floats back from Cali to LA. So uncover Chisel for some of the people here.
It's basically, so we have like the new ordinals coming, the new ord clients like 0.9, 0.10. And that allows for a lot of things like batch inscribing or parent-child batch inscribing. And it's a complicated tool if you use the ord client and you gotta like type in the commands. Deviloff hacked his own inscriber, which he provides on his site, Chisel, and that allows you to do all kinds of crazy transactions, all kinds of crazy inscriptions, batch inscriptions, reverse side inscriptions. And it's just tools like this that we need as a space to make it so if you're just a random artist or a random builder and you want to inscribe on dank rare sats or do like parent-child inscriptions, it's as easy as going to the site, uploading an image, and picking what you want to do and inscribing. Like, it should not be more difficult than that. And finally, we're getting to the point of infrastructure where it's getting easier and people are building dope-ass shit. And we actually have culture instead of worrying about like, fuck, bro, like, am I getting rugs sending money to this guy? Like, in my spreadsheet, like, I don't know.
100%. And also, we're getting competition amongst the builders, right? So we're getting competition of builders that are creating these interfaces for us to use. So there's one that I like. I love Deviloff. I love Chisel, and I like to have a choice. I like to have like a variation, a choice of opportunities of tools to use. Honestly, because depending on what I'm inscribing, what level of art, whatever it is, there might be a better tool to use, right? So I'm a big fan of the brain behind Chisel, but I'm also a big fan of AI blocks because that allows you to actually hook up your MetaMask, use ETH to make inscriptions.
Convert people.
On whoa.
Yeah, AI blocks.
I don't want listen. I'm not here to shill, but I'm just saying what I like.
Hey, you can chill. AI blocks is pretty. Let's talk about. Can you talk about your new thing that you're doing with your Boo University?
The AI.
Yes,
University.
talk about that. Flippy flappy, little. Can we do a little flippy flappy with the fly? Little flippy flap. That's that vulture. What is that? A vulture?
It's a falcon, no?
That's a
Anyways, AI, are you giving me permission to chill?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Okay, so I was actually, this is kind of like an impulsive thing. Well, I've always talked about how I want to provide AI tools and knowledge to my boo holders because I'm like, what? A project giving utility and value to real people so we actually have a sick space with a home community to build the space up more? That's fucking nuts. Anyways, sorry, tell me, yell at me if I show too much. No, my goats. But so I was on the Daily Alpha today, and it ended up being a sick AI conversation. I didn't expect that. It got me super hype and pumped. But it was basically, Espresso?
Yeah.
My goat. He was talking about how he has like this bull. So first off, crypto's infinite bull case right now that we have right now is AI agents using crypto. So imagine that we have an autonomous AI agent company that takes payment in crypto. That allows, okay, what's the point of crypto? Like, it's just transaction, it's peer-to-peer transaction, no middleman. Yes. So if you have no middleman, that allows AI agents to just send money back to each other left and right. And that creates an entire ecosystem that's only possible with crypto and AI agents. So beyond getting past that point, I was kind of like getting to the discussion.
I'm
debate.
super turned on right now.
Me too.
Can I summarize? Are you just saying that like
turned on by the discussion?
So getting to this debate, that's when we like all basically realized in the space like, oh my God, like society is low-key fucked. Like OpenAI just had their dev day. And I was hyped the entire day because that was basically like the world changed again that day. The world changed when ChatGPT first dropped. The world changed again during Dev Day because it allows you to easily make AI agent tools like fine-tune on your specific job by just talking and like describing what you want. So let's say, like you want an AI agent that does like your data analyst input for you. You just explain it, you give it your company's input, boom, you just fired 1,000 people from 1,000 different fucking companies because an AI agent could just do their job. Anyway, so we got into that topic of discussion, and I was kind of like realizing in the space, I'm like, oh my God, like we're actually all fucked. But you know who doesn't need to be fucked? People who are informed and educated and know how to use AI to benefit their life and rise with the tide instead of getting consumed by it. So that's why I started AI University, where I will walk through and just help like all my boo holders, all my community members use AI to benefit their life, educate them on how AI works, and just like as AI evolves, like we all evolve with it. So inshallah, our fucking AI gods!
do you think from the outset of AI that some people have become better articulators and prompters?
100%.
Okay, but
dude, my life changed because of AI. Like everything I do is so AI. It's actually kind of scary.
But that's you though. But like I've been talking about like the layperson. I mean, a lot of people don't know what is chat.
How would one find your university?
You just join the Boo Discord, discord.gg/BitcoinBooze.
Boo. Thanks, sir.
Or check my Twitter.
Am I right in thinking that like you're talking about the trustless, sending of funds, value, whatever?
The AI agent network.
Are you saying like, just to paraphrase and summarize, AI bots will pump crypto because they're going to be sending it back and forth without anyone interacting and stopping them from doing it?
Yeah, basically.
So therefore, fucking let's go.
Yeah, let's fucking go. Isn't it? It's like the world
it's
macro.
beautiful. It's beautiful.
The world macro engine. I just want to point this out because I feel crazy when I'm a hyperbole, but just like as things unfold, like you kind of realize all of this shit is unfolding live right now. We are literally living through it and walking through it. So when you kind of just like think and like put everything together, first off, we're inscribing through it.
We're inscribing. Dude, we're all gonna suck our own cocks by the
Future
end
of
the
history. The future of history is happening right now.
So basically,
Hello, Casey. Yes, I'm sucking my own cock. I'm
Again.
All right. All right, come back now.
Gobble, gobble.
No, but that's really excellent, man. I mean, but let me ask you something. Are you, when you're AI world building, are you doing anything like metaverse relation? Like, say, are you buying a bunch of bitmaps and hopefully like building through there and Bitmap Valley kind of stuff, like our loser friend over here?
Our loser friend over here. I have my own interesting take on how metaversal things would work.
Okay, go ahead.
Like my biggest thing that I didn't really agree with bitmaps on.
Okay.
And it was
because they pumped this past week. We mentioned it earlier.
They did pump.
They pumped. Yeah, they did, but those particularly also did as well. But
so like the whole concept with bitmaps is that you could inscribe like one bitmap and you basically claim the first Bitcoin block, right?
Yeah.
I don't like that idea of, and I understand that it's just a player on top. I know you're gonna fucking hate me. But like the whole concept is that you inscribe like one JSON file, one bitmap, and you inscribe, like you claim ownership of this block. What I didn't like about that is there were projects like Udi or Frank DGods that literally spent the money and the fees to quite literally inscribe a big enough file to take over the entire block and own that block. So I feel an interesting concept of the metaverse is literally taking space by an inscription on the Bitcoin blockchain and using that as your land, and your inscription, which is tied to that transaction, that permanently shows how much space you took, is your metaversal land plot. That's what I really like, and that's what I would want to do.
That'd be obviously a lot more space.
It would be super expensive too, but it would be valid,
yeah.
I
Go ahead, Rudy.
Yeah. So counter
Quick
that.
fire take. Go ahead.
Counter that is that's what's
takes only,
great
baby.
about Bitcoin and having a decentralized thing is as long as you're willing to create an index for your product and create a protocol. In the future, there's going to be a ton of protocols and indexes, and that's going to be up to the the projects and whoever subscribes to those projects, whatever layer, whether it's PFPs, fucking art, program software, files that have to do with property, and it doesn't matter. That's what's great about Bitcoin, and yeah, that's what. Don't give a fuck.
Okay, go ahead.
We just need a 36
Right
standard
in the mic, buddy.
to integrate all of the 35 earlier standards.
I didn't quite understand what you said because you said it so quickly. But okay, what's up?
I was just gonna say, like, you pay for block space. Whoever pays gets the block space and puts whatever data they want on the block. Like, well, just according to fucking capitalism and living in the real world. But like, at some point, it's just like, we can't pass judgment on people using the block space that they can afford to buy. So then it's just like, we can have ideas about clogging the network and what's doing it and this, but it's like, they bought the block space. It's kind of that simple. Like, the blockchain will catch up, the tech will catch up, but they paid for it. It's fucking capitalism. Like, you pay for the shit you want, and if you don't like the shit people are paying for, pay more or fuck off.
Go back to fiat.
Wait, I have a question.
So you're basically saying like Monopoly, like this is like
No get out of jail free cards in this game, my friend.
no get it. Okay, go ahead.
That's just how it works for miners, right? Like, they want to validate transactions that pay them the most to do so, obviously.
So when you have, so let's say we're in this future, because you mentioned it's like Bitcoin is literally capitalism. If you have the most money to pay, you have the most Bitcoin, you get that transaction.
That may have been hyperbolic.
But in that case, like
it was hyperbolic.
This is low key off topic, but on topic. But if Bitcoin replaces like the USD fiat system, like how do we buy Bitcoin?
Well, I mean,
when it does, how do we obtain more Bitcoin?
I mean, just seeing what's happening with BRC mints, like we can't support everyone's transactions in the whole world. Like there has to be a solution that comes down the road. It's that simple. Like if the, like we've got adoption, it's all working well, but it's clogging the network. So like fuck everyone that's trying to adopt it. That isn't the solution. The solution is like, it's clogging the network because people love it. They want to use it. How do we solve the problem? And it's like,
How many dollars have been printed?
Too much.
My
favorite thing to see is the
multiple
chart when COVID
trillions.
starts,
I don't know.
How much USD is in circulation just goes.
Yeah. Wait, guys, you're not even on mic, so get the mic if you're going to talk. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Azza.
I think I kind of summarized it all, but yeah, it's just very succinct.
Well said. Boo, do you have any more thoughts on that?
No.
No?
Do you agree or disagree?
Oh, I agree 100%.
I mean, I think I think this is a good problem to have. Like we all give a fuck about the space, and some people hate that we're here with Ordinals, and I don't give a shit because it can't be stopped. And I just think that with more tooling, that there's going to be sort of like there's going to be some sort of like mitigation,
like a renaissance. It's just like,
well, there's definitely a renaissance because
it's popular. So you have two choices: like figure it out and move forward, or just cancel everything and be like, we were happy, grumpy with our JPEGs. Like
there is definitely a renaissance because there are so many people that whether they're creating with AI or just picking up their digital drawing pen to be able to inscribe, or people building with projects, it is a renaissance. I mean, for the art it is. I just think in terms of the technology, not even just art, but I think just as far as growth and implementation of skill and values
I just think we should always be looking for the solution to the problem instead of complaining about the things that like you wanted adoption until everyone adopted it, and then the mempool fees were shit. Like, so you didn't want adoption, you just wanted it to like fit into your shitty little version of adoption. Like, we want adoption, there'll be problems, fix the problems, don't be a fucking drainer.
Yeah.
It's like, we can't fix the problems, stop making JPEGs. Like, all right.
No, yeah, that's not the answer. I'd like.
But there's a lot of motherfuckers that are...
I think it's like a restaurant. Like a restaurant, the same product, like the food. Hey, hold on, I'm talking here. So,
he's getting mad.
I'm just
them.
It's just hard to
Yell at them.
I am. I'm fucking yelling at the. So, why don't you have another glass of rum? So,
Bartender.
we finished it. Okay. What I'm saying is, like, in a restaurant, like, there's problems every day, but it's food and beverage to the table, right? Hospitality, good service. Look, there's always holes in it. So, what do you want to do? Close the restaurant down? And I mean, I just think, I think there's a lot of arguing on what.
Sorry, this was in my head. If we're going through a renaissance, can I be Leonardo DiCaprio?
You can be Leonardo DiCaprio, baby, because you are. I don't know what I'm talking.
I think it's just like like perfect example is you own a restaurant. There's problems. Like
it was.
Like if there's
I did. Wait. Look at.
Intermission.
Go ahead, Adza.
Let them have their moment.
If there's a problem like the analogy is this, right? If there's a problem in a restaurant because there's too many customers, you can be like, can we just like not have as many customers? Maybe we'll just like stop bookings. Right? Does that make any fucking sense?
And that's true, low key, because everyone
like, or we can solve the problem and take more bookings. Just take that analogy to Bitcoin, more users, and then if you like can't figure out why that is stupid, then just you're done.
Ordinal motherfuckers will never be happy when the market is dead. Ordinals are dead. There's no volume. When there's volume, the mempool's too high. I'm eating cock, like, bro. Like, there's no happy medium.
like,
I
yeah.
think that's what makes the space even more bullish, because
It's
like,
a direct result of like popularity,
we're still
literally.
fucking here.
No, I think there's a lot of people here that are patient. There's a lot of people in Ordinals that are patient.
not
There's a
patient.
lot of people in projects that I know that aren't really concerned about trying to flip stuff. They're holding their stuff. They're doing other things. They're in the culture.
The diamond diggers in this culture are nuts.
The Diamond Dickers.
Fuck yeah,
Na-
we got
name-
Spears, Euro, we got fucking Snoop
Dude,
Dogg, we got
dude.
Astro, we got Troy, we got Butoshi.
Dude.
I never sell.
Dude, people in OCM, people in OMB, people in Ordnauts, people in Boo, people in Satributes, they're not fucking rushing anywhere.
I mean, but here, like-
and there's several other projects out there. That's just like because you guys are here. There's several other projects that are very like at the same time they're looking, they're hungry. They you know, some of them are traders and whatever like that, but they're in traders with a DOORS. Not traitors. You know, they're patient. At the same time, they want to mint stuff too. But they're sitting in a comfortable pocket, knowing that this stuff will be figured out. It's just like the last thing I minted quadrillion yesterday.
How many did you mint?
Tell them how many, Troy. Tell them how many.
So
I heard you a while.
So I accidentally minted 60 keys yesterday. I'm not fucking bragging. I'm not bragging. It's a number I didn't.
And how many are you giving to the audience tonight?
All of them. I'm giving my wallet. You know what? You know, let's. I'm kerfluffed. I'm breaking down before. I hope I get 60 pieces.
This is the first show.
I'm gonna do the.
Away 3 quadrillion ordinals.
I'm gonna give my whole bag away. I'm quitting after the show because Ordinals are dead. I think on that note, and next week we're gonna talk about how I got this phone from Amsterdam. Oh, there it is.
We got time.
Oh, we got
real
time?
quick,
Oh, yeah, sure.
I wanted to say something about our bag holdings, right? I diamond dick my holdings for a reason. Because to me, like,
Diamond Dickers.
If the ordinal space grows,
Okay.
then my bags go up. If the ordinal space grows, my historical sub 10K inscriptions pump the fuck up. But as a founder in the space, as a builder in the space, as community members in the space, like, it's our job to make the space grow, to bring more attention to the space, to build in the space, to just, like, you know, get people on fucking ordinals.
And
so my bet to myself, if I hold these assets and I make the space grow, I am indirectly working for myself to make my bags go up. So call me the biggest bag pumper in this fucking world. Because I don't know
do yoga if you're going to try to suck your own private parts. Listen, the thing about self-sucking is, on that note, we're good. Okay. On that note, thank you for tuning in to a very crazy and unplanned Ordinals Are Dead show.
Stupid hecklers.
See us next week when BitGod will finally be back with me and Butoshi. And some of these motherfuckers in the audience will hopefully not come back. And
We will be here every week.
I love you guys.
Ongoing.
You take care. We'll see you on the back channels. And that's about it. Adios.